couple months ago, I did a review of several viral skin tints, and the big surprise wasn't actually a skin tint at all. It was the IT Cosmetics Do It All Balm. It completely changed my expectation of what a balm can look like on mature dry skin. So today, I want to figure out if this surprise favorite actually holds up to some of the newer complexion balms. We've got drugstore, we've got luxury, we've got some community favorites. I want to see which one is best, but actually more importantly, I want to see who each one is actually for. Be sure to stay for the big reveal at the end of the video. I'm going to share with you the balm I'm loving right now and the one that I plan to wear out to dinner tonight. If you're curious about any of these balms, as always, they'll pop up along the bottom of the video in YouTube shopping. You'll also find them down in my pinned comment and in the description, as well as the rest of the makeup that I'm wearing today and this cute little top that I picked up from Rudy. So this is my skin with absolutely no complexion product. I'm going to be applying each of the balms exactly the same way, using the BK Beauty round brush, the travel size, which I absolutely love, share with you all the time. I'll be doing a split face application, so the left side will remain bare skin. The right side, I'll be applying the balms. The reason I chose to apply the balms on my right is I have some post-inflammatory red marks healing from a breakout about a week ago, so that way you'll be able to figure out whether these balms cover some imperfections. I'm going to be taking the balm off in between each application, switching over to the next balm, using some micellar water, and just letting my skin settle down. So today's comparison is kind of more about how these balms perform on mature skin, the finish and the application process, as opposed to an all-day wear test. We're going to start with IT Cosmetics Do It All Balm. This was my surprise winner from the Skin Tints video, and I just didn't expect to like it as much as I did. This is still my benchmark, basically my skin, but better. It's not overly glowy, it has a natural finish, it's easy to apply, which is important for me as someone who just likes a quick, natural makeup look in the morning. And I just found myself reaching for this over some of my favorite skin tints. While my skin settles down, let's talk about the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Balm. Now this one is actually fascinating. You would think it was the budget option because at checkout, it's about half the price of the It's Cosmetic. But ounce for ounce, it comes out almost exactly the same. I think it comes out at $53 per ounce, and the Do It All Balm comes out at about $54 per ounce. I should also point out it does come with a little puff applicator, but I honestly still prefer applying it with a brush. The first time I applied this, I was really surprised because it has actually more skincare ingredients than the Do It All Balm, surprisingly enough. But I expected it to be a little bit more hydrating. It is hydrating, but it doesn't have that dewy finish. It's a little bit more matte. I'm not going to say matte, but it is a little bit more matte than the Do It All Balm. I think it leaves a beautiful finish on the skin. It slightly covers up my imperfections, and it feels a little lighter on the skin. Fun fact about these two balms, as many of you probably already know, L'Oreal now owns It's Cosmetics, and there has been some speculation online and some chat about whether L'Oreal actually brought back the It Cosmetics balm as a replacement or a dupe or a remake of one of their previous beloved balms. I have no idea. I just thought it would be fun to compare these two because they're clearly aimed at a similar customer. Laura Mercier's Tinted Blur Balm is completely new to me. It's supposed to just blur out those imperfections, just lightly applied to the skin. It's not aimed to replace any of your skincare or give you that dewy or glowy look. I've heard a bit about this, and I'm really curious to see how it translates to my very dry, mature skin. So let's give it a try. First swipe is it is really light. I honestly cannot feel this product on my skin at all. Let's take a look. What I'm seeing immediately is it's not really covering up any redness, especially around my nose, and not quite enough coverage that I like on my chin that is always red. And I like the light coverage. I honestly don't feel like there's anything on my skin, like absolutely nothing at all. And I can imagine if I didn't do a really good job prepping my skin, that my skin would look pretty dried out by the end of the day. This is probably better for you if you have minimal redness, because this probably isn't going to give any color correction. I would also recommend it for those of you who have probably normal to oilier skin types. Now for one of our community favorites, the No Makeup Makeup Balm. I reviewed this maybe 6 or 8 months ago, and I was shocked how many of you love this. Now for me personally, it was a little bit too much coverage. It is more on the heavier coverage compared to any of the other 3 balms that we've looked at today. But I wanted to share it with you again. You guys love this product, and it's definitely for some of you who like more of a full coverage. As you can see when this goes on, it's pretty full coverage. It goes on super easy. It's super lightweight. I also personally need to do some skin prep for this, as far as moisturizing a little bit more heavily, maybe using the Merit, their Glow Serum. So good, especially if you tend to be a little bit on the dry side. Using a serum like that before you apply your makeup can really help it last all day because it won't settle into your fine lines. I just find that you have to be either very light-handed with it, or it's one that you really want some more coverage, because it will cover dark marks or those red marks that I had. As you can see, the coverage is lovely. It feels like pretty much nothing on the skin. It sits on the skin similar to the L'Oreal Blur Balm. It's not as heavy as the IT Cosmetics Do It All, and I would say it's a little heavier than the Mercier Tinted Blur Balm. So that's kind of how it feels and sits on the skin. Very lightweight. I can hardly tell that it's there, but it's not quite as lightweight as the Blur Balm. I actually don't think there's one clear winner. All of these balms are trying to accomplish something just a little bit different. It depends on your skin type. It also depends on the environment that you live in. I live in a very dry environment. I'm probably always going to tend to want something that's a little bit more hydrating. But a lot of you live in very humid climates, and those more hydrating balms just tend to sit on your skin and aren't very comfortable, especially in the warmer weather. So I'm going to share with you which one I think is great for each purpose, and then my favorite. And don't run away. I have bare skin right now. I'm going to apply my favorite. We're headed out to dinner tonight, so it's perfect timing. So I think if you want a glow and you need hydration, the It's Cosmetic Do It All Balm is just what you need. I have been enjoying this, and I think I will enjoy it even more in winter months. The L'Oreal balm is that perfect in between, a slight budget buy. If you've never tried a balm before, I think this is the one that you should probably try. And if you have normal skin, you want a little bit of coverage, you don't want a lot of glow, this is the one I'd recommend. If you have normal to oily skin, the Blur Balm by Laura Mercier may be exactly what you want. It is so lightweight and it just barely covers. So if you're looking for coverage, this is not going to be the one. But if you're in a humid environment, if you don't want any glow, if your skin tends to be normal toward the more oily side, this is going to be the one for you. The No Makeup Makeup Balm is the clear winner for those of you who like a touch more coverage. If you are someone who likes foundations, this is going to be the balm for you. I find it slightly drying if I don't really prep my skin. It's great for all skin types, but just know that going in, it might be a little bit too drying for some of you, but if you need coverage, this is the one. Now for my personal favorite, it's the L'Oreal Balm. It is a little bit on the warmer side here these days. I think in the winter, I'm going to be reaching for the IT Cosmetics, but right now, I am really enjoying the L'Oreal Balm. It gives me enough coverage. It's not too dewy. It doesn't give me that over glowy feel that sometimes in these warmer months I can get. I'm gonna go apply this and you can tell me what you think. Let me know down in the comments which your favorite balm is right now. If you're considering trying any of the ones that I shared with you today, I'd love to know, and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. Here's the final look of the L'Oreal True Match Tinted Balm, my pick for today. Just a light, no makeup, natural look. Also, a quick favor, share this video. There's a little share button right at the bottom with a friend who might be looking for that perfect balm. Also, I wanted to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, if you could please subscribe, like, and comment, that gets my video out to others. And if you have a few height points, throw them my way. I'm trying to grow our beautiful community of women over 50, looking for beauty products, trying to cut through the noise, wanting to get their skin in beautiful condition, and looking for natural makeup looks. Thank you so much for watching and wishing you all a skintastic day.